Hello everybody, I'm Kat, and today I'm doing the mid-year book freakout tag. You know, it's halfway through August, so technically we're well into the second half of the year. I'm about a month late with this, but we'll continue. I've done this tag every year on my channel since, I don't know, maybe since I've started it? I don't know. It's been a while, but I know I've done it consistently from 2017 to now, this year. It was a bit delayed, but nonetheless, here it is. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into it. I'll leave a link to the original tag down below so you can check that out. So the first question is, what is the best book you read in 2019 so far? The thing about 2019 is that overall it has been a very mediocre reading year for me. Like, I haven't had a 5-star read yet that wasn't a reread. Overall, I'm like not feeling it. Like, all the books I read are like 4 stars or less. But this book I actually gave 4.5 stars to, and I just finished it today, and that is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This book is about these two kids who decide that over the course of a single day that they are going to fall in love with each other based on science. And I read this and it was really cute and I had a lot of fun with it. I literally just finished this today and I gave it 4.5 stars. It's probably my favorite read of the year so far. The next question is the best sequel you've read so far this year. I mean, technically, it's a third book, but it's the sequel to Lord of Shadows. See how that goes. The third question is a new release you haven't read yet, but you really want to. And I have 2 for this one. The first one being Finale by Stephanie Garber. This is the 3rd and final book in the Caraval trilogy. This is one of my favorite trilogies that I've read in recent years, and I'm excited to see how it all wraps up. The other book is The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. This is a more, I think, adult series in the Shadowhunter Chronicles, and it follows mainly Magnus and Alec. And I still haven't read it, and it's only, you know, that short. You know, for a Cassandra Clare novel, that's not bad. So the next question is, what is the biggest disappointment you've read this year? And I would say that would have to go to Sam and Elsa's Last Hurrah by Rachel Kahn and David Levithan. This book sucked. Like, it was not good. And I was very disappointed in it because I had read Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, which the 2 of them co-wrote, and that was absolutely adorable. I think it made my honorable mentions one year. I'm pretty sure it did. Then I read this, and it was a trash fire, and I was very, very disappointed in it. Next is, what is the biggest surprise? And for this one, I would have to go with The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I did not think I would enjoy this book as much as I did, but I did, and I'm really surprised at how much I enjoyed it. It's probably one of my favorite books of this year, I would say. I definitely enjoyed it a lot, and I liked it a lot more than I expected to. Next is my newest fictional crush. I mean, technically, I met Thule Julian this year, so that has to count for something. But really, I'm gonna have to go with Pilot Pen from Again But Better. He was really sweet, and he likes Taylor Swift. What more could a girl want, you know? For newest favorite character, I'm gonna have to go with Daniel from The Sun Is Also a Star. His point of view was probably my favorite in this novel. I really enjoyed his story and his thought process, I guess, like being in his head. I don't know words. I would have to go with him. He was a lot of fun. So this next question is a book that made you cry. Now, I don't cry during books. I've legit like sobbed during one, and that was The Fault in Our Stars. But I don't usually cry while reading books. Like, I'll get emo, like I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll tear up, but like, I don't cry. So for this one, I am gonna have to go with Queen of Air and Darkness, because when I was reading like the opening chapters, I was listening to Gone Now by Bleachers, and Everybody Lost Somebody came on shuffle, and it was at the time when Julian was like making that deal with Magnus, and it kind of got to me. I was like, oh. It was a moment. So I'm gonna have to go with that, just based off of the fact I was reading an emotional scene while listening to an emotional song, and it all just like got to me. Next is a book that made me happy, and for this one, I'm going with Paper Towns because I reread it and it made me very, very happy. So next is my favorite book to movie adaptation this year, and you know, I thought about this long and hard, but ultimately it came down to one option, and that's After by Anna Todd. I'm joking. I sadly did read that book, I kind of regret it, but it's fine. I was thinking about all of the book to movie adaptations I saw this year, and I realized that the only one I had seen was After, and that made me want to kill myself. Not actually. I then remembered that when I finished rereading Paper Towns, I rewatched the adaptation, and it was pretty darn good. It was actually like closer to the book than I remembered. Like a lot of the dialogue are direct quotes, and that was a lot of fun to see. Next is my favorite review that I've filmed this year, and I believe I've only filmed one, and it's for Queen of Air and Darkness. So check it out, it's like 17 minutes. But if, 17 minutes of me talking about Julian's dark brown curls is too much, then I just uploaded a few weeks ago like a spoiler-free review where I review a bunch of books that I read earlier this year, and I love filming those, so check that out if you want. It'll be linked above, along with my Queen of Air and Darkness review. Next is like the most beautiful book you purchased this year, and I have 3. So first is this one, and I'm not even going to say the title because I've said it too many times, but it's shiny! Next is this one, and it's also shiny. You seeing a pattern? And finally, I would have to say this version of Finale. I love the UK covers of this trilogy. They're all so pretty, and they're also shiny. Wow! And finally, what are the last books that I'm hoping to get to before 2019 ends? So I have a list of 5 books here that I really want to get to before the year ends. This isn't in any particular order, these are just books I really want to get to. So the first book I'm going to mention is Wild Card by Marie Lu. This is the sequel and final book in the Warcross duology. Warcross was my favorite book of 2018, or one of my favorite books of 2018. Here's hoping that it's good. Another book I want to get to is Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is another book I've been meaning to get to for the past year. We're gonna get there one day. Another book I've been dying to read is Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. This just sounds adorable, and I can't believe I haven't read it yet. I need to get on it. And then of course, last but not least, are 2 books I've already mentioned previously in this video, and that is Finale and Red Scrolls of Magic. Alright, that is it for this tag. I feel like everyone's done it, by now, except me, so we love that for me. If you haven't done this tag yet and you want to do it, you can say you're tagged by me. Do people even do that anymore? Are they like, I tagged these people to do it? I don't think people do that anymore. If people still do that, then you can consider yourself tagged by me if you want. But that is it for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I post videos on Thursdays, and I will be doing my best to stay consistent this month. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!